Hey everyone, I am here with an update on the Retrospec Amok. This is a bike that I did kind of a feature review of it a few weeks ago, and there's been a little bit of delay in getting the riding review of it just because I had to go take the wheel in to get the spokes adjusted. There's a little bit of wobble in the front wheel, and I wanted to make sure the bike that was performing as good as it could before I actually did a review on it. And that was no big deal. It's kind of a common thing that you have to do with a lot of bikes that you get shipped to you. It only cost me like $15, and it's running smooth now. And speaking of smooth, this is really one of the smoothest riding bikes I've ever ridden. I was really just kind of blown away by that. I think that's probably due a lot, of course, to the tire size. You do have that 40 millimeter width, so there is some good volume there. But I think it's also just the frame itself. It's got good frame geometry to it, good frame build. It's a stiff frame. It holds its line very well. And it's also a good rolling bike, just going down hills. It keeps its momentum. And I've had issues with other gravel bikes where they just kind of just poop out on you when you go down the hills and you kind of lose that momentum. This one you don't, so it's a good rolling bike. It's something that I am happy to report is that the brakes have really good stopping power, and that was something that I was really skeptical of in the beginning, just because these are kind of like no name, no branding on these levers. But after adjusting them, really good. I did have to replace the front rotor when I first got the bike. It was warped a little bit, and that hopefully you don't have to do that if you order this bike as well. But it does have really good stopping power, so that's something that I'm not going to have to replace, and I thought maybe I would have to, so I'm happy about that. Now, something I will be replacing are the pedals. I definitely discovered they're a little lackluster. I'll be putting some of my favorite brand on there that I put on a lot of the bikes that I have. And that is one change that I'm going to be making. That you're probably going to want to make too. Now, what I was most interested in finding out on this first ride was how well the bike was going to do on hills, because that was a kind of the major concern that I had. This is an 8-speed. It's a free wheel in the back, and I believe it's 11 to 32 tooth. So you don't have like a super low gear or a big low gear back there. But it did pretty good on the hills. It not as good as my Canyon Road Light that I just reviewed in, I think, the previous video. That has like, I think 11 to 51 teeth or something like that. But it still did pretty good. I would say it is something that I will probably upgrade, that free wheel, which is a pretty simple upgrade, pretty inexpensive. I'll probably go 11 to 36, or if I can find even a lower gear than that, I'll probably put that on there. But since it is a free wheel, you are kind of limited in what you can do there. If it was, I would prefer it if it was a cassette, but still, I think this is a decent hill climber. Of course, if you're in a mountainous region, or if you're going to be climbing a lot of hills, then you're going to want to look at something different than this. But this did fine for my needs. So I'm pretty happy with it. I don't think I'm going to have to change anything right away. Well, there it is. So just kind of a quick overview of my first impressions after riding this bike for several miles. Well, not several miles. I think I took like a 6 or 7 mile ride on it. So still going to be some more videos to come on this. And most of them are just going to be more around just kind of upgrading it or just customizing it and making it my own. And that's what's so fun about these kind of bikes, these cheaper or more affordable bikes, but that actually still turn out good, because I do think it's a good enough frame and good enough build quality that I wouldn't be throwing money in the trash or spending money foolishly if I did, put better quality tires on it or other components. I think I've got something that I can turn into a bike that I'm really going to enjoy for years to come. So, thumbs up for me. Definitely tune in, stay tuned, because I'll be doing more things with this bike. Thanks for watching.